Okay, welcome to our online training course. Today we're going to cover some, probably the most basic fundamental you can have is just your stance. Okay, different schools of thought on this. It really just depends on what your background is. Everyone has a different theory on what's best. For me, my students and people that train with me, I like to develop a stance that's going to be neutral for mixed martial arts, or something that's going to address basically anything I'm going to have to deal with, whether it's defending takedowns, going for a takedown, having good boxing defense, leg checking defense. We're just going to go ahead and get started quickly, okay? Typically, I always start out feet shoulder width apart, okay? From here, all I'm going to do is take about a half step, 3/4 of a step forward, okay? I'm almost heel to toe here and back a little, okay? I don't want to have an over-exaggerated stance because this takes away, my lateral mobility, okay? It's kind of, you almost get your legs, crossed over trying to move, laterally. So what I want to do is make sure that my stance isn't over-exaggerated, shoulder width, and basically a small split, about a half step, okay? I want the majority of my weight on my front leg. That's just my own personal opinion. I think it's important for me because it allows me to pivot well, keeps this back leg semi-light, okay? Some schools, a lot of Thai fighters, that I've trained with, really try to, they like to rock their weight back and forth, but they typically favor the back leg. This allows for teeps, checking kicks, just keeps that front leg mobile, okay, really light. For me, that's not my style. I like to keep my weight, stationed over my hips. The majority of my weight, as far as leg weight goes, is 60-40%. Okay, this way I can still keep myself mobile over my hips, but it's my weight is already kind of forward. It allows me to put my weight into my straights, my kicks, rear leg kicks. When I switch, it allows me to a little bit more of a push. Okay, we could go on for days about that. But for me, my experience, the experience I've had coaching, I like a good neutral stance like this because it allows me to shoot, it allows me to defend takedowns, it allows for good, solid, well-rounded striking and just takedown defense and offense. So again, feet here, half step forward, knees slightly bent. I take my front foot, I turn it out 45 degrees. Okay, when my feet are pointed straight ahead, I feel, I just don't feel like I have great balance. So what I like to do is take my front foot and turn it out 45 degrees. This opens up my hips and, it allows me more mobility. Let's say I'm going to throw just a rear Thai kick or something like that, or straight down the middle. I like to have that a little bit open. Plus I feel more balanced, laterally. That, again, my own personal preference, but I found it to be consistent when training fighters and students to work well for them too. So hopefully it'll work well for you guys. Next, hands. Okay, pray with the hands. Elbows in tight, okay? This is an easy way. Sometimes I get lazy, I get tired sparring, I just put my gloves together and it kind of rechecks me a little bit. So what you're going to want to do here is put your elbows in, pray with your hands, and then split them, okay? This way I'm not thinking about where's this hand, where's this hand. It's very simple. I put my hands together and I split. What I want here is I want this backhand, I want my elbow in tight, not so tight that I'm like a robot, but it has its place. I kind of feel it on my rib cage here. This protects me, my body. I want my backhand protecting my chin. Okay. This way from here, it's easy, to work my defense. I'm already loaded for straights. Front hand is when I'm here. I want my chin near my shoulder, protecting myself, protecting my jaw. Okay. Same thing over here. I don't want my hands up here. Obviously, you can't see what I'm doing. You don't want them down here. Obviously, you're going to get knocked out. So, again, with my stance, shoulder width, half step forward, pray with the hands, split them, okay? I make sure that my elbows are almost kind of rocking on my ribs, okay? So from here, this way, it's easy for me to throw my strikes. It's easy for me to, my hips are open with my stance to throw my kicks, okay? From this position, I can defend the takedowns. It's good. I can, launch my takedowns, okay? So, keep it very simple here. This is going to be a foundation for us. Stay tuned to the next lesson. We're going to build off of this.